Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be talking to you about how I survived London Fashion Week. I've just worked over the weekend at some shows. I worked at 4 shows with Saint-Tropez backstage doing some spray tans on the girls. I wanted to show you the beauty products, the grooming products, the fashion products and the food that got me through London Fashion Week. So whoever said London Fashion Week is filled with glamour is to an extent right, but I don't think that they have ever had to do backstage or early call times, because the downside of London Fashion Week is, say a show starts at 9 AM, that means that people like me who work backstage have to be there at 6 AM, which means you have to get up at 5 AM. And if you've been to bed the night before because you've had a late show like I have, you're probably running on like 5 hours sleep. So anything to minimise my getting ready time, I love. And first up is this Estee Lauder Daywear. Now I use it as a moisturiser, but it also contains a tint. And I know I shouldn't really do this, and I know that, you know, I always try and follow a strict skincare routine, but on 6 hours sleep or 4 hours sleep, when I've just got in, got undressed, gone to bed, got up, I don't have time to be messing about doing eye creams and all of that, because the car's outside, it's beeping, I've got kit, I've got girls, I've got assistants getting ready to go. So literally, I slap this on, it gives me a great amount of coverage. And by the time I get to the show, I'm feeling a lot better. It has this gorgeous cucumber smell, which in the morning, you need that kind of freshness to wake you up. And I really, really relied on this product during Fashion Week. Now, second up, and I think this is an absolute weapon during Fashion Week, and if you're doing anything that requires a lot of manual labour, so I'm lifting, we're running about, we're in and out of cars, we're having to do spray tans, and that's a lot of manual work. So naturally you're going to sweat, especially under all the lights backstage and all those blow dryers going. It gets pretty hot. My absolute favourite is Right Guard Total Defence 5. I think Right Guard is like the absolute tank, the front line of the deodorant world. They don't smell the best. I wouldn't say that I'm lifting my arms and lavender and chamomile is, you know, wafting out, but this deodorant did keep me dry and I was sweating. I should have sprayed it down my back, I think, at some shows because, whoo, schwitzy. And my fragrance during Fashion Week has been the new Ideal by Guerlain. Now, this is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really, really love this fragrance. It smells very fresh, yet rich at the same time. And I was spraying it in some of the cars that we're in, because we have to get like cars and we fill it with kit and we ram all the team in. I was spraying it and the girls in the back were like, "Oh, that smells nice. What's that? I want to smell that. Can I pass it back? Pass it back." I was like, "I'm not passing you my fragrance. That's my fragrance. I didn't want to all smell the same. Get your own fragrance. Oh, why I order." The downside about this fragrance is definitely the box that you will see on the shelf. I think they've tried to go with this kind of QI code, but for me, that box does not look like a good fragrance. However, this bottle and, you know, the fragrance itself is divine. I absolutely love it. So if you're in a store, walk past, have a smell, I give it a full 10 out of 10. So let's turn the must-haves for Fashion Week to technology. Obviously, there is a lot of images, there's a lot of things that you see during Fashion Week, and I'm desperate to share it with everyone. I'm desperate to, you know, Instagram and tweet, but also I've got to keep in contact with the assistants, with the other girls on the team, to make sure that we're all going to be at the same place on the same time and nothing's going to go wrong, because you never know what's going to happen. So I got myself one of these juice jackets. Now, I have an iPhone 5C, and sometimes the C, I think, could stand for a word that it shouldn't, rather than colour, because there's so many things out there that are like, oh, we're for 5, we're for 5S. And this was for 5 or for 5S, but it's stretchy, so it just got over the top, and it's one of those phone covers that charges your phone. I've never had one before, and I was a bit like, oh my gosh, that phone is going to be massive. And in there are some pictures where it's like, are you happy to see me, or is that your phone? However, this literally saved my bacon. I just clicked it on halfway through the day, boom, back to 100% winner. And so, let's talk about fashion. What did I wear? Earlier in Fashion Week on the, what night was it? I think it was the Wednesday. I went to my friend Millie McIntosh's clothing line launch, and then I went on to the launch of Whitles Menswear. Whitles, I think, is the most incredible brand. It's so chic, it's so minimal, and constantly, you know, as guys we get forgotten. Not anymore, because Whistles have launched menswear collection. So I get to the party and I'm just going up the stairs. It was in this like kind of house in Soho. Who is in front of me but Eve, the rapper? And I was like, play it cool, play it cool, play it cool. Because literally on my way to the party, I've been listening to Eve on my iPod. You know that "Let Me Blow Your Mind," do 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 do. Well, it probably I don't think it sounds anything like that actually. But she was in front of me, and I kind of like smoseyed past her at the bar, and I was like, Eve. Anyway, Whistles. I wore this top on my first day. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a almost pieced together jersey t-shirt. It's quite thick, but I could breathe in it. You know, some tops you put on and they're so hot. This is literally ideal, and the sleeves end just here. And what I love as well is that it's got this great pocket here, so I would ram like products in it or ram my phone in it. I mean, it did look like I kind of had one moob bigger than the other, but never mind. It was super chic. I got loads of compliments and I absolutely love it. So on my feet, I wore these pumps by Nike. I also wore them in Ibiza, which is why they look like they've been in the clubs, because they have. For me, I need something that I can run around and I can work in, but also they look cool. So I just wore them barefoot, rolled my jeans up, had a little bit of a ankle out, and then wore them with just like loose jumpers. They are literally foolproof shoes. I also had a model grab me and was like, oh my god, I have those shoes. Me and my boyfriend wear those shoes. They're amazing. They're so comfy. And I was like, yeah, boom, nice one. Although someone said to me actually at Fashion Week that high five is no more, and now it's fist pump. So does this make me old? Okay, now let's talk about the good stuff, and by good stuff I mean food. As soon as I get backstage, I'm always like, yeah, dump the stuff. What's going on? Where is the food? I like to know the spread, what someone's putting on, and I think you can tell a lot by a designer or by a production company by what food they put on. Like if you go to a birthday party or you go to a wedding, it's like, is it chicken wing vol au vent Iceland style, or is it quail's eggs, canapes? You know, that kind of rigueur. Hydration is incredibly important, but when it's complimentary and it's sat backstage and it comes looking like this, it's even better. I absolutely love Vita Coco water, and admittedly, I had that bag open at the end of the show. I mean, you can take the boy out the north, but I was like, quick, nobody's looking. Get them in your bags, fill your bags, it's free. So yeah, I've got a lot of them in the fridge at the moment. Sorry, housemates. And food-wise, obviously, they do spreads, but I couldn't rob sandwiches or bagels or other kind of perishable goods. But I did manage to swipe some Popchips and some popcorn. I don't want you to think I'm a thief, actually, although that's the way it's coming across. But in terms of guilt-free snacking, these are definitely my favourites. And that's it. That's how I kept myself going during London Fashion Week. In between now and me flying to Milan on Friday, I'm all about the juices and health and boosting and trying to get rid of this cold. Try and stay updated with me while I'm in Milan. You can follow my Instagram, it's @JulesVonHep. Also, I'll be posting little bits and bobs on some of the magazine's websites. A piece on Glamour has just gone up today. I've got a couple more in the pipeline, so stay tuned for the links. I'll be posting them on my Twitter and my Instagram. And yeah, I shall see you next week, post Milan. Bye!